But when you face your own mortality, whether that's from your own near-death experience or losing someone close to you and realizing life is not forever, what you realize really quickly is that maybe I haven't achieved as much out of my life as I want to. Maybe I haven't left the mark that I want to. And maybe I haven't got as much time as I think. I'm Ian Hawkins, and this is Sport is Life. The purpose of sport as I see it is to see your vision become a reality. Find your voice, create strong connections, and learn to trust your body. For those new to my pod or my page, you won't know that often while the moment's there, the inspiration's there, I'll just get straight into it. So excuse the audio. What it does is it allows me to get to the essence of what I want to say, because it's stuck in my head from doing something like running, which clears your mind and allows you that mental clarity and focus to talk about what you really want to talk about. So I was just thinking about the thoughts that come to your head when you're running, the idea of longevity. So many people have this idea that they want to live a long life. Now, I was thinking about what I've learned about ancient cultures who really celebrated health, and maybe some of those modern cultures, the blue zones of the world, where they do live to a long time. Interestingly, they are not outcome focused. Like all high performers, they're focused on what is most important, and it's usually a set process, it's a set way of living. And for all of them, what they focus on is really strong connections with the people that they spend most of their time with. None of them are focused on longevity. They certainly are focused on some steps that they need to take to make sure that they enjoy the most of their life, that they get the most out of their life, that they have the best connections and the best relationships with the most important people and with all the people they come in contact with. They have a strong sense of tribe, of looking after everyone in their community. Interesting, right? So if you're thinking, I want to live longer, are you focused on outcome or are you focused on process? And what I've learned is that whatever the process is for you to get the most out of your life, to perform the best in your life, is going to be unique to you. So there's no point in me telling you, here's how you're going to be the healthiest, here's how you're going to be the fittest, here's how you're going to have the best connections, because it will be unique to you. Now, that's not to say that there aren't strategies and structures that you can use that are going to help you in all of those areas. It very much, though, is about you finding the path that's going to work best for you. So if you're at that point where you're like, okay, I know I could be doing better with my life, I know I could be getting more out of my life, I know I want to live a longer life, and you might not have faced this, but when you face your own mortality, whether that's from your own near-death experience or losing someone close to you and realizing life is not forever, what you realize really quickly is that maybe I haven't achieved as much out of my life as I want to. Maybe I haven't left the mark that I want to, and maybe I haven't got as much time as I think. It was very much a thought when my dad passed. It was also a huge thought when one of my staff members passed suddenly, and that really knocked me around. He was someone who'd thrown himself into being the best that he could be. I was his manager, so I was doing a lot of coaching with him, and he was really embracing all of that. And then having that shock to the system, again, it was a reminder to me that we're not here forever. So you can't guarantee how long you're going to live. And so having that as an outcome, it's like playing sport. You can't guarantee a win. If you focus on the key areas that you can control, then you're going to give yourself the best chance of winning, and you're going to give yourself the best chance of living a long and healthy life. But there are no guarantees. So come away from outcome focused and come back to process. Come back to connection, because that is something that's definitely going to improve your health. Come back to looking at, well, what is it that I do want? What does good look like for me? And then what are the processes that I'm going to need to put in place to make sure that I can achieve that good? often the case when you are trying to improve things, trying to get healthier, trying to get stronger, trying to further your career, whatever it is. You can get caught looking at the next shiny object, Maybe you don't even know what it is you're working towards, so you get distracted, you get burnt out. Instead, come back to, what is it that I want to do? What's stopping me? And what help do I need to make that happen? Process. And you're going to be able to find the process, the steps that work best for you. And one of the cool things is that the more you do that, the healthier you are. And ironically, well, not ironically, but maybe it is ironically, but the impact is that you'll end up living a healthier life. You'll look younger. Like I said, can't guarantee your longevity, but you'll give yourself the best possible chance. I look at some of the clients that I've coached over time. They hadn't set out to live a long life. They set it out to make improvements, to stop feeling like a failure, to stop feeling like they kept mucking things up. Instead, helping them see where they were already doing some amazing things, they were already successful, just how valuable they were, and then mapping out some steps to maybe go beyond where they thought they were capable of, because they've been running these same loops. Interestingly, they become healthier, they get better connections with the people in their world, and then they suddenly realize they've got so much more living to do. It's never about longevity. Like I said, those ancient cultures and those blue zones, they're not focused on that outcome. They are focused on, how can I live the best life? How can I have those best connections? And they've got set processes for that. And you can too. Spend some time contemplating this, having a think about what good looks like for your future in whatever area that is, whether that's around your health, whether that's around career, family, whatever it is. What are you working towards? And make these things that you're working towards within your control. No more set outcomes which are outside of your control, but really clear indicators of what you want, that you'll be able to measure the success as you go. Again, if I bring it back to a football game, when I'm coaching young athletes, it's like, what are the elements you can control? In that space, it's usually how much effort they're putting into it, the discipline they have, how much they're listening to instruction from their coach, how committed they are to the other people in their team if it's a team sport. They're all things they can control. They can't control the quality of the opposition. They can't control the weather, the referee, all those things. Even though sometimes we think we can control the referee, we can't. So it's about, how can you focus on those things in your life, in whatever game you're playing, the game of life, or that you can control. Keep working towards those as hard as you can. And who knows, you might just find yourself looking and feeling way younger, and maybe, just maybe, the result will be you'll have a serious longevity in your life that maybe you hadn't even contemplated. Reminder that if you are, whatever platform you are listening to or watching this episode, that you hit the follow button. Helps me reach more people, and I'd love it if you could share it with other people. The more we can create that sense of community and share these messages, then the better it's going to be for all of us. Speak to you next time. You've taken the time to listen to this whole episode. Now it's time to take action. Commit to one thing you've learned today and make it happen. And to avoid any obstructions, join the Sport is Life movement by clicking on the link in the show notes.